So what's the big deal with being invited over to another boat for sundowners? You just make sure you don't smell too bad, get in the dinghy, go over to the other boat, right? Bring yourself, that's it? Not quite so fast. There are a couple of things important about sundowner etiquette, and if you know them, you definitely know them. Hi, I'm Nika Waters, and welcome to the Boat Galley Podcast. I'm sharing one of the most important things that you bring with you, other than yourself, when you're invited to another boat for sundowners, and discuss a couple of the reasons why. Today's episode of the Boat Galley Podcast is sponsored by Marmara Imports. Their hand-loomed, fair trade, organic cotton Turkish towels are highly absorbent, dry quickly, fold flat, and are soft and luxurious. They are perfect for life aboard. We love our Marmara Imports towels. It's so great to take a shower, towel off, hang them up on the line, and by the time we're ready for our sundowners, those towels are dry and can be folded and put away. Use coupon code PODCAST10 for 10% off any order of $40 or more. MarmaraImports.com. More than a towel. One of the things that I love about cruising life is how social it is. And as we have been in Annapolis, it's been really nice to get back into the social aspect of cruising. It's been tough. COVID has made it hard, and traveling in New England has made it a little bit hard too, because we were kind of on a schedule and a move. So we didn't find ourselves going around and introducing ourselves to neighbors the way we are used to doing. But we did wind up meeting up with some friends right before the Annapolis Boat Show. And they said, well, come on over for sundowners and dinner. And we got ourselves all showered and cleaned up, and we made our drinks and took our little appetizer over, and we dinghied up to their transom and handed up the bag that contained our drinks, glasses and all. Because one of the most important things that you bring, other than yourself and a lot of fun and good stories to tell, is you bring your own cocktail, mocktail, whatever it is with you. You definitely bring your own beverages with you when you're invited over. You might show up with a cooler, you might show up with a bottle, you might show up with an already mixed whatever. Possibly you'll share with your hosts. Maybe they'll share something with you. But an unwritten rule of going cruising and going to someone else's boat for sundowners is you bring your own with you. This probably feels a little strange if you're used to being on land, and what you do if you're invited somewhere else is you go over and you go and you show up. And maybe you bring a hostess gift of some sort, but you just show up. Because on land, really the point is to be hosted. Well, yes, it's to be together, but it's you get hosted on at somebody else's house. But on the water, the real point is being together. Full stop. The end. And yes, that's part of the deal on land, but on a boat even more so. But here are a few things to remember and to understand about cruising boats. Number one is that there's not a whole lot of space. So our selection of drink offerings on Calypso is limited to what we ourselves like to drink. I remember in the house, I had bottles of all kinds of things left over from when a person came for the night and I knew that they liked a certain something to drink, and I'd go and I'd pick that up, and that bottle would be there maybe for 4 or 5 years just for when they came over. Maybe it was once a year. I had Thanksgiving stuff. We had whiskeys. We don't drink whiskey. We had whiskeys for our parents. So in a house, we stocked a whole variety of things just in case our guests liked that sort of thing. But a boat's storage space dictates prioritization for the stuff that you drink on a regular basis. Right along with that is that our tastes are our tastes and your tastes are your tastes. And maybe we don't drink wine, but that's the thing that you absolutely love to have in hand when you're watching the sun go down. Maybe you don't love to drink water, and that's all we have on the boat because that's what we drink. Or your water is RO and ours is from City Tap or something like that. And then a third reason is that, yeah, budgets are real. They're all different. Everybody's got a different budget. But all of us are probably being pretty careful with our budget. And we don't really have the money. None of us really has the money to spend money on your favorite drink that we don't drink because you might want to come over some night in some anchorage that we don't even know we're going to share yet. If you happen to have the biggest cockpit in the anchorage, or you just happen to love having people over all the time, why should your budget be the one that takes the hit? So when you're invited over to another boat for Sundowners, take your own drinks with you. And watching the sun go down with new friends is a great way to remind us all that despite the many challenges of life afloat, there are aspects that are incredible and worth celebrating. The sunset and the friendships. Even if you have to bring your own drinks and glasses with you. So I can't wait till we share an anchorage and we can share Sundowners, and we'll each bring our own glasses and clink to our very, very good fortune. Thanks so much for listening to the Boat Galley podcast. If you've enjoyed this or found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and share us with your friends. Have the most spectacular week.